The greatest thing that law of attraction ever did for me, you won't even believe it. Let's get right into this video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Dylan and I help to raise the vibration of the planet. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the biggest thing that LOA ever did for me. You won't even believe it. Let's get right into this video. Alright, so the biggest thing that law of attraction ever did for me, are you ready for it? Yes. Okay. This thing encompasses all of everything, and with this thing, one can accomplish what one was meant to do, aka anything. So, the biggest thing that law of attraction ever did for me was it put myself back together. I used to be a very self-conscious person with low self-esteem, always caring about what other people thought. Still do to a little bit. That plays out in my life, but I'm learning to overcome that, and I've made leaps and bounds in that area. But the biggest thing that it did to me, I need to calm down a little bit here, was simply that it put my mental health back together. Yeah, it put my mental health back together. It put my spiritual heart center back in place. It made me realize my self-worth. It gave me self-esteem and self-confidence. And it didn't just do this overnight. It did it in a process in which I learned how to co-create with the universe to create what I want in my life. Okay, and the thing that we all want the most is to feel good about ourselves. The thing that we all want the most is to feel good about ourselves. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, I used to feel really crappy about myself. I used to feel really crummy. I used to always compare myself to others. I always used to feel less than. Always used to feel not good enough. I always felt very disempowered, like I couldn't get the things that my heart and that my higher power wants for me in my life. I felt like I was incapable and inadequate of getting those things. The biggest thing that law of attraction ever did for me was show me that I am worth it, that I am enough. And the only thing that I need to do is to start letting go of them old beliefs and to start putting in some new beliefs. Okay? There's two sides of that coin. A big, huge part of it in your vibration will raise so much when you just let go of all that old BS that don't serve you no more. But another part of it too is reprogramming the subconscious with new beliefs. Okay? I'm gonna keep it real simple. The biggest thing that law of attraction ever did for me was teach me how to think about the things that I wanted versus the lacking thereof. Yes, I'm going to say it again. The biggest thing that law of attraction ever did for me was teach me how to think and believe that the things I want are already here versus thinking and believing the things that I want are incapable for me to have. Thinking about what you want versus the lacking thereof. Most people think about the things that they want, but they think about why it's not there. You got to think about the things as if it's already there and feel the good feelings because of it. The biggest thing that law of attraction ever did for me was teach me how to have self-esteem. I began to talk to myself, I am good enough. I am a high vibrational being. I am a spirit of love. I add value to others. I am a worthy, capable member of society. I am smart. I love myself. Life is beautiful. I feel good. I am blessed. A big part of this was the social conditioning. I always, I don't know if I got told things or if I paid attention to other people's vibrations so much, being an empath, or if I just cared too much about what people think. But that social conditioning aspect beats into us, I know I ain't the only one. Holler if you feel me. I know I'm not the only one that feels like they're not good enough, because in large part, society's vibration rubs off and becomes our own. What? Don't let society brainwash you. Brainwash yourself for what you want. Darn right. So that was a negative cyclical cycle of downward spiral that took me down in the trenches. And that became my own vibration. That was so evil. That was the worst thing that the world ever did to me. Don't ever let the world take away your heart and your mind, the two most powerful things that we own. So I began to have low self-esteem, y'all. I went through many trials and tribulations in my life to get to the place where I'm at right now. I'd never take back any of it, because large parts of it were soul contracts and things that I needed to experience in order to get to where I'm at right now. But let me tell you, maybe your process doesn't have to be quite as ugly as mine was. So that was, and I just didn't understand law of attraction and vibration, and by saying, and just by the simple things of thinking about what you want versus the lacking thereof. I didn't understand that. We're not told these things in school, you know, and that played out for a long time. I'm so grateful it's not playing out anymore. I'm taking my power back. You can take your power back too. Ooh. All right, so another thing that I want to talk about here is, so I discovered, I've always had this underlying sense that I'm a spiritual being, but when I first discovered, I first discovered spirituality before I discovered law of attraction, and I began to adopt beliefs of others in order to empower myself up, like on this spiritual journey, and I began to pray and meditate and do things that were suggested to me, which are all really good and gave me a foundation and a cornerstone for my spirituality and my life today. However, there were things that other people were teaching me that were at a lower vibration, and not in a judgmental way, but it just wasn't resonating with me on a deep level. So still on that same tip, I was adopting the beliefs of others, thinking that if I didn't believe like they did, then I wasn't good enough and I wasn't doing it right. So I was trying to adopt the spiritual beliefs and ideations of others that weren't serving me and weren't for my highest purpose. What? Yeah, okay, I was praying, but it wasn't doing me good still. I wasn't connecting with my own higher self to fulfill my own purpose and destiny. Okay? Religion is for people that follow the rules. Spirituality is for people who make their own. What? Yes! For real, yo. I was being disempowered once again in a spiritual way, and it was so terrible. Once I learned that, you know, I create my own reality and that I can manifest from my own divine higher self and higher being, that was when I began to take my own power back again, baby. So, like I said, I discovered spirituality before law of attraction. And so I had this sense of spirituality going, which was doing good. I was building a little bit of momentum, but I also had a lot of limiting beliefs and social conditioning from people that were teaching me from things that really weren't quite serving me and in my highest good. And so about 3 years ago or whatever, I discovered LOA, and that ish changed my life, because that's when I took my spirituality and my self-worth and my mentalism and my heart center and my feeling good and my just well-being in general to the next level, because I realized what works for one might not work for another. If you're feeling this ish, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I love you guys. So what I'm saying is I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm feeling good though. The biggest thing that law of attraction ever did to me, it put me back together. It put the man on the inside back together. And I'm going to drop it with this. When you put the inside back together, when you put the pieces back together in the inside how you were meant to be, the whole world falls into place and we can accomplish anything or what we were truly meant to accomplish. And it all starts with that inside internal job. When you put the man back together, the whole world falls into place. The biggest thing that LOA ever did for me, it put me back together so that I can accomplish anything. Because when you have this one thing in here, you can have anything. The biggest thing that law of attraction ever did for me. I love you guys so much. Put your heart back together. Put your mind back together. Take your power back. Don't be conditioned by others. Listen to others, but with a grain of salt. Feel and use discernment for what is right and wrong with you. Create your own affirmations that serve your highest purpose. Research, study, learn, grow, understand vibration and how the law of attraction works in your life. Understand spirituality. Go and do this stuff. My video just said 11:11. That's a sign that we're on the right track. If you feeling me, throw that thumbs up in the comments. I love you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, comment, bell notification, blah, blah, blah. I love you so much. Please keep watching my videos because I talk about cool stuff and I think I'm pretty cool. And I think you're pretty freaking cool too. And anybody can do stuff, live their highest purpose. I love you guys. Peace out.